The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. The opposite of art is not ugliness, it's indifference. The opposite of faith is not heresy, it's indifference. And the opposite of life is not death, it's indifference. There may be times when we are powerless to prevent injustice, but there must never be a time when we fail to protest. Friendship marks a life even more deeply than love. Love risks degenerating into obsession. Friendship is never anything but sharing. Human suffering anywhere concerns men and women everywhere. We must always take sides. Neutrality helps the oppressor, never the victim. Silence encourages the tormentor, never the tormented. To forget the dead would be akin to killing them a second time. We must take sides. Neutrality helps the oppressor, never the victim. Silence encourages the tormentor, never the tormented. Sometimes we must interfere. When human lives are endangered, when human dignity is in jeopardy, national borders and sensitivities become irrelevant. Wherever men and women are persecuted because of their race, religion, or political views, that place must, at that moment, become the center of the universe. Never shall I forget that night, the first night in camp, which has turned my life into one long night, 7 times cursed and 7 times sealed. Never shall I forget those moments which murdered my God and my soul and turned my dreams to dust. Never shall I forget these things, even if I am condemned to live as long as God Himself. Never. There is divine beauty in learning. To learn means to accept the postulate that life did not begin at my birth. Others have been here before me, and I walk in their footsteps. The books I have read were composed by generations of fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, teachers and disciples. I am the sum total of their experiences, their quests. And so are you. For the dead and the living, we must bear witness. When a person doesn't have gratitude, something is missing in his or her humanity. A person can almost be defined by his or her attitude toward gratitude. One person of integrity can make a difference. No human race is superior. No religious faith is inferior. All collective judgments are wrong. Only racists make them. If the only prayer you say throughout your life is thank you, then that will be enough. I pray to the God within me that He will give me the strength to ask Him the right questions. Write only if you cannot live without writing. Write only what you alone can write. Then came the march past the victims. The 2 men were no longer alive. Their tongues were hanging out, swollen and bluish. But the 3rd rope was still moving, the child, too light, was still breathing. For the survivor who chooses to testify, it is clear, his duty is to bear witness for the dead and for the living. He has no right to deprive future generations of a past that belongs to our collective memory. To forget would be not only dangerous but offensive. To forget the dead would be akin to killing them a second time. For in the end, it is all about memory, its sources and its magnitude, and, of course, its consequences. Only the guilty are guilty. Their children are not.